I'll see if we watch this.
Hey, we are live now. We're live now. Hi, everybody. I'm Kenny, and this is Megan,
I'm
and
Megan.
we are the Nerd Nation podcast. And today, I'm getting my act together. We haven't
It's
been
not
with you
what
in a
it
couple
looks
weeks.
like.
Yeah, no. Well, we haven't been together in a couple weeks because I had to have nose surgery. So now that I'm all better,
I'm sorry. I was going to be that jackass to be like, I didn't know you were getting a nose job.
you know
I thought it
what?
was something else. I'm a smart ass. You should know this by now.
Well, but anyway, I had to have nose surgery, so now we're here, and we are here to stay. And bear with me 1 second here. Go. Hold on a second. Sass, how you doing? Sass is watching us. My friend
Ooh.
Sass is watching us. My friend Sass is
I don't
watching us.
I don't know who it is, but I just said
No.
ooh for fun.
Okay. All right. Well, so today, if you have any comments while we're talking about our subject, or if you want to talk about any nerd things, please feel free to leave a comment. We will read the comment. We will try to answer the comment. What the heck is it say? Just look at who raised her, Kenny. Oh, okay. Okay. I get that. She is an asshole sometimes, and look who raised her.
All right.
So that's your mom.
We're talking about me. I am a dick.
Yeah.
So.
She said, look who raised her, Anyway. This is a Nerd Nation podcast, and today we're going to be talking about The Boys. Now, The Boys is on Amazon, and they already had season 1. We've already had season 2.
Season 2 is up there. I binge watched the heck out of season 1 and season 2. Season 3 is coming out this year. They're going to start filming in February. I learned that while we were on our little hiatus. After the actors go through after they go through their like 4-week quarantine or whatever, then they're going to start the filming supposedly in February. So
nice.
Soon. Very soon.
So they're going to start filming. Okay, hold on a second. Bear with me 1 second here. I am still, every time I do this, I have to get the hang of it again. What's that noise?
That's my Moogle going off, letting me know that yeah, I got a message on Messenger. Oops, I sent the wrong thing out, didn't I? No, did I?
Did you?
Oh, yeah. Apparently, I sent out the video you did with your sister yesterday to everybody. Oh no, Katie made it here. I have sent it out the wrong way. I don't know. What link did you click, Katie, so I can send out the message to everyone?
But Katie, on Saturday nights, please watch Kathy and Kenny explain pop culture on Saturday nights. Do
Mom,
a good show.
You would
it's
love
funny.
The Boys.
My sister has a lot more technology. So my sister has better technology than I have, so the show is,
I will give Madam Kathy that. She is definitely the technology wizard out of the two of you.
Wow.
Oh, man. Sorry.
Wow, because I have some pictures. I
saw
her
setup. Her setup is
I had some pictures of her. Yeah, her setup is the setup. She has a setup. So share that. And we are now talking about, why is that not?
How did I sent the wrong one to everybody. I totally did. See, and I'm not even tech savvy. Oh God, Megan.
Yeah, so we're talking about The Boys. We're talking about The Boys today and the show. Now, Megan, Megan,
Yes.
tell me what you thought about when you first saw it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I was already hooked when I saw that speed questions just hit me. I'm like, how did he not dodge her? He's a speedster. Everything else is going in slow motion. She was already off on the curb.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, when they killed his
Robin.
girlfriend. Yeah, when they killed Robin, that was just the way they did that. And I had a picture of that, but I don't have it on me. But when they killed her, it was just so surreal
gruesome.
what they did. It was gruesome. It was great. It was awesome.
I'm pretty sure
it
awesome reminded me of like a Mortal Kombat fatality or brutality. I'm just like, yo, that voice just went off in my head and it was like fatality. And I'm like, it shouldn't be funny right now, but it was.
He pretty much ran right through her, which was very traumatic. Which is very traumatic. Bear with me 1 second. I'm trying to get some other technical devices up. Okay, that wasn't even on. There you go. That's why that wouldn't work. Okay. And then now the boys are a group of regular people who go after the supers and the and so the boys pretty much go after all the supers. And the boys is the first picture I showed you. The supers are all people with powers. And this is a universe where the people with powers
it's kind of like the metas
are not
with, like, X-Men. You know what I mean? The mutated people, people who have mutations like in X-Men. It's kind of like the metas. They're supers now.
No, well, it's not like the metas.
How they came to be is not exactly the same, but the way that they have a term for it, normal people and supers, how they call them soups.
Good. Yeah, the X-Men are good. The supers are the seven, is what they're called. They're not good at all. They're just not good. They are very selfish people.
Mm-hmm. Not all of them. A good portion of them are very a handful of them are like our version of a comic book hero. The actual thing you would pick as an ideal comic book hero, like Starlight, how she is. She's what you would depict as a perfect comic book hero. She's caring. She cares about if it helps people or if it hurts people. She doesn't want to hurt people with her powers, but it's inevitable, you know, but she only uses them when she has to, like a drastic against other soups and stuff. She won't use them on normal people like that. And you see it when she tells the lady in the beginning when she's doing her little thing. She says, you might want to turn around because I will blind you. Like, she's very, very caring in the fact she knows that her powers can mess up normal people.
Well, there's certain. I'm gonna say hi to Cheryl. I'm gonna say hi to Joe Downs, who's watching us. There's certain people who. I'm sorry, I'm missing all my messages here too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
made it. Okay, well, there you go.
Mass messages.
That's
to all the people
Katie
that
made
I
it.
meant to send them to. Yeah. Mom's already here, but I sent it for Des.
Should be watching it. And you haven't watched it yet, Tion? You haven't watched The Boys yet?
No, she hasn't. And she should. Mom, you and Chris should watch it if Chris
Definitely,
hasn't
y'all
seen
pop
it
it up.
yet. Oh my goodness. It's
Yeah, you
worth
guys
it.
should really watch this. So we're gonna tell you about it. We might give you a couple of spoilers, but we're gonna try not to. Did it take a good CGI to pull off the death? Yeah. Yeah, it probably did. But here's the thing. The boys are assholes. Especially Homelander. Homelander, main asshole out of all of them.
Did someone
Homelander
say
is the
this
one
guy
who
was from the
is
death?
the biggest. He, he is the big. Homelander is the biggest dick, and Katie says, "I want to watch it just from clips. It looks interesting." Yes, it is
Yeah.
interesting, Katie.
I sent her a few clips, the best
Homelander
of
is pretty
Black
much
Noir, which is the guy. He's my guy. Sorry,
yes.
I love Black Noir. He's
Who
my shit.
is
He's funny as fuck.
you like Black Noir?
I love him. He's funny. He's like
Yeah, you know who I like.
the Japanese styled Batman that's completely silent with Deadpool humor without a word. I love him to death. My favorite scene with him is when he sits next to the pianist and it's mad silent, no words ever come out of this man's mouth, and he just looks at him, dead silent, and the pianist is still playing, and he gets all awkward and looks back at him, and he's like, I'm in your way, I'm gonna go. And he just gets up and leaves, and then Black Noir starts playing the piano beautifully, and I'm like, that's right, you get it. I thought it was funny. I started dying. Mom, you'll like this a lot more than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah,
It's
so,
a deep, dark twist on superheroes and the way people perceive them.
Yeah, oh yeah. You'll definitely like this. You'll definitely. I need to finish Ace. It's a rumor that Aces of S.H.I.E.L.D. is coming to the Disney Plus channel. Which, if they do that, I hope they do Aces of S.H.I.E.L.D. right. Because to me, they didn't do Aces of S.H.I.E.L.D., but to me, they didn't do Aces of S.H.I.E.L.D. right. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should have been a spy show with cliffhangers after every ending for you to come back to. That would have been a great Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. Like, S.H.I.E.L.D. are their spies. And wrapped up in an hour and everything. It should have been like you know.
That's what I was going to point out.
It's Homelander the kind of guy that should
host my Deal podcast.
Asshole
tips for assholes by assholes. No, not Homelander, Mom.
Homelander is the kind of guy who. Yeah, you won't butcher for that. Homelander is the kind of guy who thinks he is the best. That you wouldn't like Homelander, Dion, because Homelander is a pretty boy that knows he's a pretty boy and thinks he's the hottest thing since sliced bread.
Mom would like Homelander because he's the perfect, ideal, encompassed version of narcissistic, self-dick-sucking psychopath. That's pretty much Homelander. He's a narcissistic, self-dick-sucking psychopath. That is him. Those are the words. He is. Full circle Homelander. With like, mommy issues.
You could do a whole psyche vow on Homelander alone from the show because his psyche is just so twisted and messed up.
Oof. It's more than just messed up. It's ridiculous.
It's a really fucked up psyche. He's the main character. He's parading around the world like he's a good guy, but he really gives a shit about anybody.
Soup that they focus on, the main group of the boys, because the boys, the main characters, mainly look like Huey and Butcher. It mainly circles around Huey and Butcher.
So Butcher,
no, I was saying your perfect dude, not Homelander. Your perfect dude, Mom, would have been Butcher because he's got that. Yeah, assholes by assholes for assholes. That's Butcher. Don't be a cunt. Those are his words. That would be your guy, not Homelander.
Yeah, Butcher. Yeah, Butcher is. But Butcher has some issues himself. Butcher has some issues
He's got
himself throughout the whole
issues.
thing.
He has territorial issues. Mostly.
You think the
But
territorial, or the
psychologically-
more? I don't think they're territorial. I think
I use the word
Butcher's
territorial in the
Butcher
way of
issues are
protective.
more. Yeah, no, not so much protective. Bush's issues are, he's driven towards his mission, and that's the only thing he wants to do. Like anything around the mission does not matter. The mission is what matters, except for when it comes to his. That's when he'll deviate from the mission. But
His
other than
wife
that,
is
Butcher
his
will
mission,
not
though. His
deviate
whole
from the
point
mission.
is to get revenge for his wife because, you know, he thought that she was either dead because she disappeared at one point. Yeah, that's my guy. He's the shit. Katie, that's your squishy. The British version of him. It's funny. He cracks me up. Butcher is hilarious. So is Huey. Oh my god. When
That's like
Huey freaks
Katie's
out from the exploding heads. Our heads can explode. The look on his face. Oh, it was pure gold when they were driving away in that one
Well,
scene.
wait a minute. Megan, we're bouncing around.
Sorry. I do. I tend to.
We're
I
bouncing around.
apologize.
And let's give a timeline to him, like a quick synopsis of what The Boys is about. Basically, Huey is with his girlfriend, and Huey's with his girlfriend, and they're on the street, and they're lovers, and they're holding hands. And the next thing you know,
She stepped off the side of the road.
Wise with
later.
his girlfriend, A-Train, the speedster of the group, is on drugs, like high on drugs, and runs through her, like literally runs through her body with super speed and breaks her in half, like totally destroys her.
Can't just say drugs.
By accident.
Like, that's one spoiler I would give away is they're high. He was high on a drug that's specifically designed for soups. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I would give away about that. That's it. There's more to it than that, but it's a drug specifically designed for soups.
There's more to it than that,
like they're on the super cocaine high.
Butcher approaches Huey to help the boys try to infiltrate the soups and try to get information and to help them take the soups down. And that's basically what The Boys is. The Boys is about a group of ordinary humans that are there to take the soups down because they know deep down the soups aren't as good as what they portray, and that they're really evil. So they're not. It's not that they're evil. They're very self-centered. They do good deeds only to get marks with the public, and it gets them down on missions.
Boost their reputation. That's it. And whatever goes down bad, they don't let it out. Kind of like, you know.
And the other story of that
in the real world,
Starlight. The other story that is Starlight is a new member of the Seven because the invisible guy, what's his name? Translucent? Disappears. Translucent disappears, but he disappears because of the boys. But anyway, they introduce Starlight into the Seven. And when Starlight comes to the Seven, the character that's like the fish guy, the aqua guy, what is his name?
Deep. The Deep.
Because this is how these people are. When Starlight first comes, the Deep is sent to show her around or indoctrinate her to show her around the place. The Deep wants sexual favors. He tells her that if you want to get along, you got to get along, and you have to do whatever we say. So he pulled his pants down and said, do your duty, like, you know, suck on this. and she feels like she has to, so she does it. And she realizes that the Deep is a low man on the totem pole anyway, and nobody really likes him. So she, in the first season, she reveals this. But a lot of things happen in the middle that the Deep gets excommunicated from the Seven, and Starlight and Hughie meet and they form a relationship. So Starlight is like Hughie's inside person in defeating the Seven. And in season 2, it gets kind of real deep because Butcher's wife that he thought was dead is not, and a lot of different things happen. One of the things about this show that is very prevalent that you should know going in, it's not giving away a lot. The relationship between Butcher and Hughie. The relationship between Butcher and Hughie becomes like a teacher-student relationship and develops into a brother relationship. Wouldn't you say so, Megan?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it starts out. Well, it's more like a dictator relationship in the beginning because, Butcher's telling Hughie everything he has to do to just suck it up. And then eventually he starts learning on his own, like, hey, once he, actually kills his first Soup, to revenge for Robin, that's when he starts learning everything he can from Butcher, like he's a mentor or a teacher. And once he starts getting closer to him and actually learning him as a person, he starts caring just like Butcher started caring a while ago without even realizing it. Because again, like you said, he has his own psychological problems from his past. And you see that with Hughie a lot as well.
Yeah, and by the same token as Hughie for Butcher, and the other people on the boys tell him, look, man, don't waste your time on Butcher because he's an asshole. Butcher also cares for Hughie because apparently
he treats him like a little brother almost eventually.
Yeah, because Hughie serves resemblance to Butcher's actual brother who is deceased.
Oh. Mom says she'll be back.
Okay. Well, okay, Dion, you'll be back. But that's pretty much the gist of the show. One of the things we're going to look at today on the here. Hold on a second. Bear with me 1 second. I'm still trying not to mess up all my graphics and everything that I do here. Hold on a second. There we go.
I finally sent out the right one. That's bad. I didn't send out the right one earlier. Good. Did I break my computer? Oh, shit. No? Maybe? Hello? Kenny? Oh?
Hold on. Okay.
Oh my God, there you are. I was like, what happened?
No, I was having some technical difficulty with my thing. No, it's okay. That's okay. We're good. We're good.
Okay, so where
I'm back, Katie. I'm back. Sorry. I'm back. I was saying how the people, the good guys are actually the boys because they're trying to keep the the Supes in check.
Well,
So
with
a couple
Butcher,
of
he
things
kind of
that we
is,
were,
but he isn't. Because with Butcher, that he's indifferent to all Supes, where Huey first starts out indifferent to all Supes, but then when he meets Starlight, he becomes more sensitive to the fact that yes, there are good Supes out there, just like there are bad people. Just like there are plenty of bad people, and there's only a handful of good people that you can truly trust in this world that you keep close to you. It's the same thing with the Supes. There's not all of them are inherently bad, just like not all of them are going to be good.
yeah, 'cause I see where they're coming from because I don't trust a motherfucker.
So what you're telling me is you're Butcher?
I'm Butcher. I'm Butcher.
You only trust family and those who resemble family?
Yeah, I'm Butcher. You're like my little niece, so you're family, so you're good. But I am Butcher.
Oh my god. Again, every show, every anime, every video game that I absolutely love has a good bitch slap in it. And this has a good bitch slap in it eventually. I'm not going to tell you who gives it to who, but I'll tell you who gets it. Butcher gets a good bitch slap in the face.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was good, man. He ain't nothing to you and just slaps him. Love it.
Bear with me 1 second. I'm still doing my technical thing here. But Katie, can you see me now? Are we good? Because Katie said I froze. But
I don't know, Katie, can you see Kenny now? Is he good? Can you hear me? Check 1, 2. Throw 1, 2 back if you can. I don't know.
Okay. So here's a question, Megan. If you were in the world of the boys, where the good guys, the superheroes, are really assholes, out for profit and out to get fans, or would you want to be one of the boys with no powers at all, trying to take down the superpower people, even though you're outmatched, outnumbered? Which would you rather be?
See, I would rather pick out of which one of the boys I would rather be, and then I would probably pick out of the Supes because I would like to be one of the Supes. I love that Asian girl who like fucks shit up and just reanimates herself.
Oh.
Absolutely love her.
Oh, that is my girl. That is my girl.
The zombie chick, I absolutely love her.
That is my girl. I love her to death. She can get it any kind of way she wanted.
The Japanese girl is my shit.
Yeah, she can get it. She was also the young lady who
Kimiko, that's her name.
Yeah, she is also though. She's also a young lady who played Katana on the Suicide Squad movie.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Karen Fukuhara. Karen Fukuhara.
I think it's probably Fukuhara.
Fukuhara.
They wouldn't say Fukuhara.
Fukuhara. Fuck you, Hara. No.
The one from Deadpool? What one from Deadpool? We talking about the Asian lady?
The Asian lady. She wasn't from Deadpool. She was on the Suicide Squad movie, Katie. She was in the Suicide Squad movie. This is her coming up right here.
Oh, you got it already? Did you get a cute
She is
picture
hot.
of her or a dirty picture of
Yeah,
her?
it's hot.
She was like,
No, this is a cute. This is a cute picture of her. Any if this woman is cute, she can get it. If you happen to see our show, Girl for Teenage Warrior, I don't think she was. Was that her? I gotta look and see if that was her now. But yeah, if that was her, now I have to double check this and see the stats on this and see if she was in that. No, she's not. She wasn't in Deadpool. She was not in Deadpool. She was in Suicide Squad, Stray. She was in The Lost. She's in Bobblehead movie as a voice, and she's in the upcoming movie Bullet Train. She was in on TV. She was in Craig of the Creek, Shara the Princess of Power. She's the voice in that. She
oh
was
yeah,
the voice
she
in
does
Craig of the
do
Creek.
voice
She's
acting.
the voice,
I sent you a better
and she's
picture
the
of her. I
voice
like
actor
that
in
one.
Kipo of the Age of. I'm not going to be
Sorry.
able to get that picture up.
No, I know, but I sent you a better
I'm
one.
not gonna
She
do that.
reminds me of Atsushi Sakurai in that picture.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Let me look at that picture.
Yes.
But in any event, this young woman is let me see. Oh, that is a hot picture.
Right?
Oh, I love that picture. That is a hot. Oh man, I'm gonna
See?
save that picture for later. Anyway,
I should be the one
don't
grabbing
ask what
our
I'm saving it
pictures,
for, but
man. I don't care. I'm
wow,
not gonna ask, don't
I
tell.
feel like I feel like a dirty old man because she's only 28 years old.
I have a
I'm a
whole
dirty old
handful
man.
of pictures like that from Atsushi Sakurai, and he's like 60, and he's over 60 now, and I'm 30. So
She's like 28 years old. Like I feel dirty now. I'm okay with feeling dirty, but I feel dirty. But yeah, she is.
oh no,
She is
not
hot.
that
She
girl.
just, yeah.
That's a different girl. But I'm not sure if she's Japanese too. I actually don't know if the girl who
Yeah,
plays
yeah, the girl
Kimiko is
from,
Japanese, but the last name that she has sounds Japanese, so I'm not gonna knock it, and I'm not gonna assume, but it does sound like
what
her last
is
name.
it? Karen. What is Karen's last name again? Karen Fukuhara.
Yeah,
Fukuhara.
Fukuhara. It sounds like it's Japanese. Not Fukuhara. It's
not
Fuku.
Fukuhara. It's not Fukuhara.
If it's Fuku
Oh,
Hara.
when I become
Fukuhara?
famous and meet her, I'll call her anything she wants me to.
Fukuhara. That sounds right. I'm not sure.
Anyway, this is a character. Anyway, but this is the character that the boys rescued, and it took her in.
Frenchie.
Frenchie,
I remember one of the boys
kind of fell in love with her. And you really can't blame him, but he kind of fell in love with her. And he's trying to communicate and trying to find a way to communicate with her.
Because she doesn't speak at all either.
She is a super. Yeah, she is a super. And she is a super that helps the boys out. And she's kind of like got. What you consider like a Wolverine type person, like can fight real well and not die?
Yeah, she's like Wolverine and Deadpool. She's like those type of characters. Ones that cells regenerate at a rapid pace. Her bones she can crack back into places, and I haven't seen her lose a limb yet, but you've seen her like literally.
But I think she might be able to regenerate. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure though. If maybe in season 3 we'll find out. Because there's some powers that they haven't touched base on yet that I would like to see in season 3.
Now, what powers would you like to see in season 3? Well, we have just about everything.
We have just about everything. We had somebody who was a shapeshifter, but not a copycat shapeshifter, one that can actually copy powers and use them when they shapeshift into a person, but
Right.
they have to come into close contact with them. Like, say they would have to touch them, like
Right.
Mesmero or Mesmer. Mesmer, that was his name. Like, they would have to touch him like Mesmer to get all of
Yeah.
the, whatever they're thinking, like he did, in order to get everything. Like Katie's broke ass fucking what was it? Homebrewed D&D character. She could touch people and transform into them and have all their memories and all their ability, and it was ridiculous. And it's just like, your character's so OP. Why?
Kind of like
You're so broke.
Rogue. Kind of like Rogue, where you can take all their powers, but they could her D&D character can transform.
It was like Rogue and Mystique had a fucking baby. Except for, you know how like Rogue can only control so much. Rogue can only control so much of a person's power. You know what I mean? Before she overloads herself, because she can only do what is of her capacity. Her character can do full capacity, like ridiculousness, and it's ridiculous. Yeah, she's like Ditto. Yeah, your character was broke. And she's like Ditto, as in the Pokemon character Ditto.
Like, you know. Mm-hmm. So, what other powers would you like to see?
I mean, we already have an Aqua dude, but I haven't seen him do cool shit with water yet. Like where he can, I've seen him control it a bit, but I haven't seen him control it, freeze it like a water bender. Like we've seen the firebender, the M. Night Shyamalan firebender, where you have to have, fire. What's his name? Light or something light.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. Beast Boy type, someone who shapeshifts animal to animal, any kind of animal he comes into contact with or sees, alien or from this planet. That'd be neat.
Right.
We haven't seen anybody like that yet.
How about somebody that's mutant matter? Like kind of like a Firestorm type person. Like I would like to see somebody who has mutant matter. Change atoms like Firestorm does. Like Firestorm in comic books.
Well, yeah, that's how
he can make something out of like he can take atoms. Yeah. He can make something out of nothing and.
I was thinking more like the Green Lantern when you were saying that.
But I would like to see somebody who could transmute matter. Well, Green Lantern can create different objects.
You're talking about someone who can break down matter around them and turn it into something else, like the alts in an anime called Scry that I used to watch when I was a kid. It was good anime too. The people in it could actually break down the matter around themselves, and you would see it dematerialize, and it would rematerialize as their alt. And some people, it would just be their arm. Some people, it would be a full mech, but eventually it's supposed to be a whole body suit that you're supposed to be able to just melee rip shit apart with. Like, at least that's the two main characters. That's what they did it to eventually, which is cool as shit. I would like to see that.
Katie just put this up there. She would like to see a Beast Boy type character.
Yeah, I mentioned that with her. Someone who can transform from animal to animal when they come into contact with it.
Animal. I don't know to do that. Because let me tell you something. They did the Beast Boy thing in Titans on HBO. It's on HBO Max, the new Titan season, and it was on the DC channel. But it's going to be it's on HBO now with the Titans season 1 and 2 and Beast Boy. But they couldn't do Beast Boy justice because he could only change into a tiger. That was it.
Yeah, that's
one episode he changed into a snake. Yeah, one episode he changed to a snake. That was something like, okay, he changed to a snake. That was cool. However, I guess if they did this, and they made it work right with somebody changing to different animals, it would make the Titans show on Warner Brothers look really bad because they were only able to change them to a tiger.
I mean, well, that sucks for them. I'm sorry, but you should have put more thought into your fucking changing. Sucks to be them. They can go suck their own dicks in the corner and sob about it. I'm sorry, but if they actually manage to pull it off, the boys, who knows? They might get their own movie from it. Who fucking knows? You know what I mean?
Okay, so here we go. I just want to do some research. Just check
it. It is hard to
the young lady on Deadpool. The young lady on Deadpool is named Shiori. The young lady from Deadpool that you were saying is Shiori Kasuna, and she's an actress.
I wish you would send me these Asian names before you try to sound them out and say them and butcher them. I am
totally butchering these names, and I am sorry that I'm butchering these Asian names. I should have talked to George first, who lived in Japan. George, who lived in Japan. I am butchering these names, but I just wanted to show that. And Katie put up another point. How about telepathy? See, I don't know if I want to see telepathy really, because once you see an X-Men movie and read an X-Men comic book, and you see Jean Grey, you see Professor X, you've done enough telepathy. Give me something out of the ordinary.
Yeah, but isn't there somebody who has that ability anyway, who stops something with telepathy?
No, not on the boys. No. Who? No.
I might have been thinking of something else that I watched recently then.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody with telepathy yet, at least.
Yeah.
No, that's the one part we haven't seen is telepathy. But I think if somebody comes up with telepathy, Deadpool will probably, not Deadpool, Homelander will probably not like that person. Homelander doesn't like anybody who's going to be more powerful.
Homelander's going to do, because they're going to have more than just telepathy. Most supes have more than one ability. Like Kimiko, she has super strength, ultra regenerativeness, a keen, acute reflexes to sound, smell, and what I mean.
They had somebody on the first season. They had somebody who was going to join on the Seven. The Seven is the name of the group of superheroes that protect the world or whatever. The Seven, who kind of had Daredevil's type powers.
The blind guy.
He couldn't see. The blind guy couldn't see, but he could hear everything around him, and that made him super because he could do all this stuff just by hearing. And the Homelander walked up to him and super punched his ears. So once Homelander his ears, he's like, okay, now he's useless. Now he's useless to us.
Now you're just a regular black guy.
Okay, get away with
that was fucked.
Now he's just a regular blind guy. And that's the Homelander's idea. In the second season, a new superhero came on the scene. Ooh. And I don't want to give too much away, but she winds up having more involved with her than you think in the beginning. Storefront, yeah. Storefront has a lot more involved with her than you think. And she's a lot more deadly than you think she is. And she does a lot of things that you didn't suspect her to do.
See, it's funny because I hate Stormfront so much. They built her character so well that you hate her character and you love to hate her character, but you also like her. It sucks, I hate her character for her shit,
Yeah, and
But I
Stormfront
like
knew what she was
her
doing.
fucking personality.
Yeah,
She's
but her cat good
quick wit,
because
smart mouthed.
yeah,
I like it. I don't
yeah,
know.
and she was the kind of character on the show. On the second season, like, you know what? I don't give a fuck about anybody, and she really didn't give a fuck about anybody. She really did. Like, Stormfront was the kind of character that was only out for Stormfront really towards the end. Um,
Well,
you know, that's
until
what she cared about.
Homelander.
And
Yeah. Man, I was
I will say though,
against
I will
Stormfront.
say though, besides the fact, besides the besides the fact she was the bad person, the Stormfront was hot. Stormfront
I
was
don't know,
mega
man.
hot. She can
The
get it
funny
too.
thing about, if you know all the details about Stormfront, when she says like that Homelander was the perfect creation, the perfect everything when it comes to a superhero, or like a soup, that he was the perfect everything. And you, if you look at him, you know what I'm talking about. Her back deeds, her back deeds. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about. If you look at him, not only is she talking about the soup shit, but she's talking about the other shit. You know what I mean? She's talking about that mixed with the
yeah,
soup shit. I'm like, damn. And it's still in you today. You've been around for so long. You're a dumb bitch. Sorry.
yeah.
uh,
You know, and taking in this season, I'm just going to say, I'm not going to give it away. But if you catch anything out of season 2, one of the best fights is in the last episode where Stormfront is the fight is all about Stormfront. That is something you want to see.
mm,
That is something you want to see
yeah.
because it
Yeah.
takes a lot. It takes a lot to fight Stormfront, and you gotta see what goes into play in fighting Stormfront. Um,
It takes
but
multiple soups
the
and a well
boys,
crafted plan.
yes, and even that plan
Yep.
goes to
All well
shit.
crafted plans go to
Um,
shit. Every time.
yeah, and the thing about it is
Something goes
throughout
wrong.
episode 2, Stormfront has a secret that she's keeping that is probably going to cause problems for season 3.
She has multiple secrets that she's keeping.
That is probably but it's probably going to cause a lot of problems for season 3 because now the boys have even more work to go through in season 3 because of what
I
happened
mean,
in season 2.
not like you can interrogate the bitch. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
Although,
yeah,
if
we
anybody
know
knew
she's
that
probably not going to
language
give you
that
any
she's
information.
speaking at the end, she might have been giving away shit, top secret shit that you don't even know. You know? But
Well,
I
that was
doubt
just
that.
what she was speaking at the end was what she was speaking at the end was just German.
Well, you're
She
giving it
was
away.
speaking
That's
German
why I
at
was
the
saying
end.
I know the language. I know the language. I was trying not to give away the
Oh,
language because of the
okay.
things that I
I'm
said
sorry.
earlier.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have
That's what
a
I'm
bad
saying. If
habit
they
of giving
actually
things away.
watch
I'm
it up
sorry.
to there,
I,
if they watch it up to there, they can figure it out
I
as
gave
soon as you
things away.
hear
I gave things away.
it. They tell you throughout the series, and I was trying not to give it away because I put such emphasis on the way Homelander looks, and I was talking about her back deeds, like,
Yes, definitely.
and
Definitely.
that
The way
just
Homelander looks
boom,
at all kind
boom,
of
boom, and boom.
rest,
Now
yeah, it all kind
anybody
of
who's
yeah,
got 2 cents in their
it all
brain
kind of like,
can put it together.
oh, oh, I get it. That's what the problem is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm going to show this picture here.
Oh yeah.
So without giving too much away, this kid is a soup.
Well, I mean, you can
This
say
kid
he's
is a soup.
Homelander's son, I guess, without giving too much away. You can say he's Homelander's son because he looks just like him. He's got the
Yeah, he is
lasery red
Homelander's
eyes
son.
like Homelander does. But
I don't know why I
that's
lost.
the only thing I would
I lost
say
my
in
picture,
this
and I don't know why I lost my picture. But I'm gonna. Was
with that
yeah,
picture.
that was Homelander's son, and the fact that they came around to being Homelander's son with that picture, um, is a very integral part of the end of season 1 and season 2.
Yeah.
But imagine you have this kid
Well,
who
it's
is
been very
Homelander's son,
all throughout season
and
2.
once you see the like Homelander is the equivalent of. Let me give you a perspective on this. Homelander is the equivalent of Superman. So when you see Homelander, think Superman and those type of powers. A guy fly around, shoot lasers from his eyes, stronger than anybody in the world. You can't hurt him with anything. That's Homelander.
He's bulletproof.
You can't hurt him. You can touch him. He's
Explosion
bulletproof. He can fly. He can do. Yeah, he can shoot lasers from his eyes. He's super strong. Nothing can hurt him. That's Homelander. Now imagine if somebody like that has a son. Now stick that in your head. And this son is somebody who is moldable, that you can mold to be what you want to be and do what you want to do. What
that's what
happens
they
next?
tried to do with Homelander, and look how he turned out.
Yeah, look how Homelander turned out. See, Homelander was when he went through the process
in
his
the way that
powers,
his son's being
and
raised and the way that he was raised. You
yeah,
know, that's why he's got so many psychological
yeah,
issues.
that is the whole premise for season on how different they're being raised, on the choices that this kid makes towards the end of the season, and the choices that this kid makes during the season. So it is such. And the woman, I don't want to give too much away, but the woman, that's the
Don't
kid right
say
there in the middle.
anything
That's
about
Homelander's outfit shit. And the woman,
it's obvious that the kid's
yeah,
the
the woman
mom.
behind him is very pivotal. Would you say, Macon?
I wouldn't say anything else about that woman except for that's his mom. Just saying. You'll give too much away.
That is his
I
mom.
say
Yeah, that is his mom, and her role is very pivotal in the whole series of
nurturing
this.
and raising
But
him. That's the only thing I would say. That
yeah.
It's more
And
imperative that she's in his life as to the way that Homelander was raised, where he had no parents in his life. He was raised like a lab rat.
yeah. So
Other than that, I
I mean,
wouldn't say anything else
one of
better
the
than
things.
that's his mom.
Also, too, the thing about the boys is, they are. It's not just Huey and Butcher. The boys are a bunch of guys that Butcher was in a special ops group with, and they do a lot of things together, and they've been through a lot together. So the boys are very they're tight knit. They're like a special army group. One of the guys I like the most in the boys, not just because he's black, but because he's cool as shit, and that's Mother's Milk. Mother's Milk is
the third that they picked up besides Frenchie.
Mother's Milk is kind of like the. He's kind of like the voice of reason with the boys. He's the guy that is going to call on the shit. He's going to call Huey on his shit. He's going to call Frenchie. We'll get to Frenchie in a minute on his shit. And he's the guy that's going to say it is what it is, and people are going to listen to him.
He's more like
He's
the
kind of like
dad
the
of the
voice of
group
reason in
because
the
he
group.
has his own
But
family. You know what I mean? He's like, get your shit together,
yeah,
get your
yeah,
act together, or else we ain't making it out of this. You know what I mean?
yeah. But one thing you learn in season 2, the one thing you learn about Mother's Milk is that even though he's a mercenary and even though he is this army guy and a soldier in this war against the Supes, he's also very OCD. And that kind of comes out in this season 2. In season 1, you don't get to know him too much, but in season 2, you get to know the boys themselves and their background. And one of the boys, you get to learn about Mother's Milk. And he's a family man that you learn is really OCD and likes things the way he likes them. But he is the voice of reason. He's the conscience of the. He's the guy that goes up to Butcher and goes, "Yo, Butcher, that was fucked up. You shouldn't do that." And he's the guy Butcher's going to look at, and Butcher's going to do what Butcher wants to do. But when Mother's Milk tells him something, he's going to think about it first. And that's who Mother, he is the conscience of the whole group.
I feel more like Huey's Butcher's conscience more than anybody in that whole group. When it comes to Butcher, that's Huey. Huey's his conscience, but Mother's Milk is more like the dad of the whole group. Everybody looks at him with respect.
Yeah.
Because he's earned it from everyone in some way, shape, or form.
And one of the other members of the boys is Frenchie. Frenchie is this guy who is kind of like, he is the tech
strange
guy
uncle
of the group. Yeah, Frenchie is the tech guy. What? Frenchie is the tech guy of the group. Frenchie is the guy who is going to have. Yeah, well, okay, fine. We can call him that. But
Butcher's the big brother, Huey's the little brother, Mother's Milk is the dad, Frenchie's the estranged uncle that speaks some sort of language.
Yeah, basically. And it's sort of language, who is a little bit of an addict. He's the estranged uncle who is going to do bad shit. But in the long run, he's going to come through for you. He's like the black sheep uncle who's going to do shit that nobody else approves of. But when you want him to come through for you, he's going to come through for you. That's Frenchie. Frenchie falls in love with what is the Asian girl's name on the show? He falls in love with her. Yeah, Keiko. So he falls in love with her, and that whole relationship goes from there. But it's a very good dynamic of the show.
Yeah, because he's the one that actually gets to connect to another person other than the one person that she connects to in the world. It's finally a second person for her to connect to. So isn't just one person.
But all that to say is that the boys, I hope we've helped you and trying to explain the boys for people who haven't seen it. For people who have seen it, I hope we've talked about it in a good way for you to understand it. I don't know. What we expect from season 3 is I expect I expect there to be a lot of training involved for season 3. Based on season 2, I expect for new powers to come up because after season 2, the 7 is going to be pretty much depleted. Go off and split ways.
See, I'm wondering if Butcher is gonna help you know who develop their powers so they can help them.
I think,
You know what I mean?
I think he will. I think Butcher's going to look at it as we have another super on our side. The same way he
Yeah.
looks at Kamiko, we have another super on our side. You know, and that's the way I think Butcher. Butcher is the one thing about Butcher is, you know, he loves the people that are close to him, but just like he used Huey to get close to Starlight to get into the 7, he will use you
Which
to
he
finish his
eventually
goals.
did feel.
So
He
no
did
matter
eventually
what,
feel remorseful about that though, because he eventually came around and he didn't shoot Starlight again. You know what I mean? Where he shot her
yeah,
before.
but the thing about Butcher is he feels remorseful about it, but to get to his end goal, he will use you anyway. Butcher's almost like um, Butcher's almost like the Punisher in a way. If you want to compare him to another character or a superhero or somebody like that, Butcher's like the Punisher, whereas that the end justifies the means. As long as I get the bad guys down, no matter how I do it. So if
They
you're my
do, but they
sister, you're my
don't.
niece.
For him, they
Yeah,
do
but if you're
in
my
the
sister,
moment, but once he realizes what he has lost at the end, like, nah, man, it's gonna break that dude. If he actually did ever lose certain
yeah,
people that he cared about, just like it almost
I
broke
understand
him
that.
at the end.
But he's the kind of person that if he loses somebody he cares about, um, trying to fight the
He
fight,
finds somebody else
it's
to
a
blame.
loss. Yeah, it's a loss to him. It's just a loss to him because he's fighting the good fight. So if he has to use somebody to fight the good fight, and they don't come through, and they feel like they've been used, he's going to be like, well, you know, we had to do what we had to do.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way Butcher thinks. He's fighting the fight. And now at the end of season 2, he has more vendetta to fight the fight. He has more of a vendetta to fight this fight. So whatever he
Yeah,
has
but
to do, whatever he has to
if
use
you
to do
actually
that.
watched it though in season 2, who does he have the fight to fight for when you can't fight the person that accidentally did what they did, trying to save
I
who they were
understand
trying
that.
to save, and the
Well,
promise
that's
they
something we
made.
have to look
So
forward to. That's something that we have to look forward to season 3 and how he does that, how he accomplished that. And I know we haven't given any spoilers away, and we're trying to hold back on the spoilers. And people who watched it, you know what
give it
we're
a
talking
little, but
about.
not the big
But
ones.
yeah, you know what we're talking about. But in season 3, we have to see what happens because I'm very much looking forward to season 3 of The Boys. So that being said, I was about up. Megan and I will be back in 2 weeks. Next week is the Super Bowl, so we know we're not going to get anybody to watch us then. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. And what do we? We don't know what we're talking about yet, but we'll
Oh,
figure
we're
that
not
out.
doing anything for Valentine's Day on the
You
7th.
know what? Let's do a Valentine's. No, next Valentine's Day is the
Oh,
14th, and that's
yeah, but
Sunday of Valentine's Day.
it's for the Super Bowl, so I figured
Next
maybe
week is
the
next,
7th.
next week is the 7th. Next week is the 7th, and that's Super Bowl. I was going to not do one next week because of the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, the 14th is the 7th. I knew one of those dates. That's right.
Yeah.
The 7th is the Super Bowl.
So the 7th, the 2 weeks of the 7th is the 14th. So that's after Super Bowl. 14th is Valentine's Day.
A week after the Super Bowl. So yeah,
we got Super Bowl Valentine's Day. So we might come on a little early for Valentine's Day because I don't want to take it away from the boyfriend.
It's only 9 o'clock.
I don't have a Valentine's Day. I don't have a Valentine's Day date, so I'm putting the heads out there. I don't have a Valentine's Day date.
Wow,
so
Mom.
It doesn't matter to me.
Valentine's, not hookers. See, that's what I was thinking. Nerd couples. Well, either like video game couples or going over the different well-known ones from animes, comics.
We're going to do on Valentine's Day. We're going to do a show. It might be early. It might be like 7 o'clock. We're going to do a show. We're going to do a Valentine's Day show of nerd couples, which includes like if you want to do gaming couples, comic book couples, sci-fi couples. We're going to do couples on Valentine's Day.
Like obvious couples, like
you might
see in
obvious
Final Fantasy or
Jean Grey and Jean Grey and Scott Summers, like obvious couples. Batman and Catwoman, Superman and Lois Lane, obvious couples that love each other, and that's the couples we're going to do. Gambit and Rogue. We're going to do obvious couples.
See, for me, it's Zidane and Garnet from Final Fantasy IX. For me, it's them because I actually have their action figures. Or Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask. That's the perfect couple.
And we're going to do.
That's like Romeo and Juliet.
And we're going to do sci-fi couples. Like, remember the new movie? What is that movie? I can't think of the movie now, but the guy has a knife in his.
What about Aaron Sorkin and John Crichton from Farscape? That show. That was a sci-fi show.
There you go. Yeah,
that was helpful.
Yeah, we're gonna do sci-fi couples.
Company, I think.
Hercules and Xena.
Yeah, I think you mean Garnet and Zidane. Sapphire is what I always named Princess Garnet in Final Fantasy IX, Katie.
Well, here's what you'll divide with: Nightwing and Starfire.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, Robin and Starfire, because in the Teen Titans cartoon, that's how I saw it. But
so join us on Valentine's Day. We will do a Valentine's Day show, and it will be about the nerd couples that are in love, because nerds need love too. That's what we're going to title it. Nerds need love too, and that's what we're going to title it.
I was going to say all nerds need love,
and all nerds need love. I'm a nerd that would appreciate some love. So, if you're a nerd chick and you need a date, hit me up. I'm putting all the Katie's ideas here.
Steven Universe. I like Mom's Ichigo and Orihime. But do they actually end up together? See, you don't see that in the anime. Like in Sword Art Online, you obviously see what's his name, Kirito and Asuna, right? I only watched that anime like twice, but those two main characters, you actually see them fall in love when they're stuck in the video game, and even when they come to, he tries to save her from her fate of marrying that guy while she's in a coma-like stasis, because that guy was still keeping her in there.
Well, if we want to do anime, we could do the original anime couple, and we could do Speed Racer and Trixie.
Did they ever kiss on the anime?
for the 60s. No, I don't think Speed Racing. It was the 60s. They didn't make.
Nah, man. They didn't make babies. They didn't kiss. That's not a couple. Chi-Chi and Goku. That's a couple.
No, but every time Speed would talk to another girl, Trixie would get jealous, and Speed would get embarrassed. So yeah, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but I don't think they ever
your mom.
Either that or for all these years we don't know, and that kid is actually theirs. The kid with the monkey. Yeah, it's the kid with the monkey. Spiral. It's actually Trixie's and Speed Racers. It's is their illegitimate?
That was good. That's good.
Their illegitimate kid.
Jean Grey and all the extras loved her. I don't know because actually, Dion, in the X-Men comic book, I think more dudes were in love with Storm than they were with Jean Grey. I think more dudes were in love with Storm than Jean Grey.
I love that episode. Mom crackers don't matter. Sorry, she heard the Farscape comment before. And then she made a comment for Speed Racer.
Yeah, so I don't know. So yeah, okay, so that's gonna wrap us talking about The Boys today. We'll be back in 2 weeks to do nerd couples. Sorry, excuse me. Sci-fi and nerd couples. So come back with us in 2 weeks. We will have a musical intro in 2 weeks.
Ooh.
I will finally get that together, but we have a musical intro in 2 weeks.
Real quick,
I will have that together.
Darko and Chiana. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. It just popped into my head. That's a sci-fi couple.
And that's what we're going to have in 2 weeks. So until February the 14th, have a good night. Thank you for hanging out with us. Catch me on Saturday nights at 8:30 on Facebook and YouTube with Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. Catch me every morning on my Facebook page where I do a positive in Facebook and YouTube where I do a positive and productive message every morning during the week through Monday to Friday. And catch Megan and I in 2 weeks when we do the Nerd Nation podcast about sci-fi,
couples,
gaming, and couples, nerd couples all over.
TV, gaming, movie, whatever. Couples, just cool sci-fi couples.
Yeah, whatever we can come up with, that's what we're doing. And bear with me 1 second here. Whatever we come up with, that's what we're doing. And behalf of Nerd Nation Nerd Nation podcast, God bless your soul and keep living, man. Peace.
Oyasumi nasai.